So it's day one of our 30-day challenge. I hope you had a lovely new year. I hope you had a lovely holiday, and now it's time to pay back. Let's do 3 rounds of very gentle Wim Hof breathing. We'll start off with just 1 minute breath hold, then 1.5 minute breath hold, and then in the final breath hold we'll hold for 1 minute, but we'll do a nice stretch across the shoulders. So we'll do heart melting pose, and I'll talk you through it. Then we're just going to do some very simple stretches. We're going to be on the mat for 15 minutes. That's it. Day one, we're going to ease into it. We're going to get the body moving, and we're just going to get some flexibility and mobility. And I will see you at the end of the video. Happy New Year, everybody, and let's enjoy our first day together. So, as ever, we will try and do a stretch or a pose in the final breath hold. And today we're going to do heart melting pose. So you come onto the hands and knees. So this is during the breath hold. Take the hands to the width of the mat. Bring the forehead to the mat, keeping the bottom, mainly the weight over the knees. And we're just going to open the heart, open the shoulders out and pour it towards the mat. So that's our beautiful stretch for our final breath hold. So remember, you can do this lying down or sitting up. Breathe in and out, in and out. Belly, chest, head, let it go. We're going to do 30 breaths each round. I want you to breathe into your belly, the chest, force them into the head, and then release at about 70% or passively. So we're 100% in and about 70% or passive air out. As Wim says, it doesn't matter how you breathe it in, whether it's your nose or your mouth. The main thing is that you're getting that air into the greatest capacity that you can. If you do feel discombobulated or dizzy at any stage and you're sitting up, then just lie down. And remember, never do Wim Hof breathing with 10 more near water, and never do it standing up or operating machinery or a car. Okay, these are our last few for this round, so let's really make them big. 5 more. In and out, in and out. So into the belly, the chest, the head, let it go. In and out. It's circular breaths. This is our last one. Okay, let all of the air out of your lungs. Close down the eyes, and we'll just focus now on the sensations in the body. So with no air, this is a breath hold with no air in the lungs. We're just going to hold it together for 1 minute. And if you're new to the practice and you need to take the breath before, then take a recovery breath in where you hold the breath for 15 seconds and then let go and then return to the next round of breathing. If you obviously want to hold your breath for longer than a minute and you are a seasoned Wim Hofer, I'll cue you up at 10 seconds and you can pause the video and then rejoin me when you're ready. So really focusing on the sensations in the body. 10 seconds left together for those of you who want to pause. Okay. Huge belly breath in. Force this breath and hold it. Imagine you are pushing the breath from the bottom of your spine up into the middle of your brain. Force it. Pull up on the root lock, the stomach lock, the throat lock, and release. Beautiful. That's round 1. Round 2. 30 in breath. In and out. In and out. With this breath hold, we will hold for 1.5 minutes. And again, I'll cue you after a minute. And I'll cue you again at 10 seconds to go. This is your practice, so make it your own. Circular breaths like the waves on the shore, going in and out. In and out. Excellent. Keep going. Just as a side note, I do these 3 rounds before yoga or before working out. But I do also have my own practice, which I do for about 20 minutes of breathing in the morning. That can be 5 or 6 rounds, depending on how long I hold my breath for. And that is what So with 10 more breaths, make these huge. That is about the recommended time that Wim suggests. It's about 20 minutes a day. So this is supplementary to having your own practice. Obviously, if you can't fit anything else in, that's absolutely fine. 5 more. Make these huge. But just about 20 minutes and you're going to really start to notice the difference. This is our last breath. Huge breath. And then release all of that air from the lungs. Close down the eyes. Go inside. Really, really lean into the sensations in the body now. Tingling in the fingers, the feet. Any changes of temperature across the body, the skin. As that oxygenated blood is cooler until you feel the effects of it flooding through your body. We're hyper-oxygenating the body to create hermetic stress, which will reset your immune system. We're taking over control of the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems, which were once thought to be autonomic processes only. You're doing really well. Just stay inside. Really focus on the feelings in the body. We've done 1 minute. Amazing. If you do want to take your breath before, remember that's absolutely fine. And if you want to pause the video, I'll cue you up at 10 seconds to go. Ten seconds to go if you want to pause the video. And for those that are going to take the recovery breath now, get ready and breathe in, pull up on the root lock, stomach lock, throat lock, forcing all the muscles in the body upwards. We're forcing cerebral fluid up into the brain. And release. Amazing. Okay, we're going to move on to round 3. And don't forget at the end of this one, we're going to do a beautiful stretch. So in and out. In and out. Through the nose or the mouth. I've actually got a slightly scratchy throat at the moment. On the tail end of a cold. First one for 2 years. I haven't been too badly. I haven't felt ill, but definitely there. So I chose to breathe in through the nose because I can then hold my breath for longer today. But usually I'd breathe in through the mouth. What Wim usually recommends, although he says to breathe in through any hole, it doesn't matter. But if you do feel panicky ever following the practice, then maybe use your nose. As most people find it more calming to breathe through the nose. The important thing is to get that full lungful. 10 more. Really breathe down into the diaphragm. Belly, chest, head, let it go. In and out. In and out. Really force that air down into the body. 5 more. These are our last 5, so let's make them huge ones. In and out. In and out. 2 more together. In and out. This is our final breath. And what I'd like you to do is to release all of the air. Come onto your hands and knees. Take your hands to the width of the mat. This is air out, remember, we're not taking a breath. Forehead to the mat. And then just melt your heart through to the mat. Keeping nice lot of weight into the knees so we're not collapsing into those shoulders or onto the forehead. But you can feel that you're getting a beautiful opening across those shoulders. The shoulders are an area where we not just overwork with sitting crunched over our phones or our laptops or driving, but we also carry stress and worry and energy gets trapped in the shoulders. So this is a great way of breaking down that energy, moving it on and using it in a more efficient way. Okay, sit back onto the heels. We'll take a recovery breath. Breathe in, hold it, force the breath upwards into the head, decalcifying that pineal gland. Push it, force it up, every muscle in the body now forced. Keep going. And release. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Just come down now. Between the knees, arms stretched out, we'll do an extended child's pose. Let's come back to our normal breathing. For the most of this practice, we will just breathe in and out through the nose. And I'd like to start that now. So just breathe in for about a count of 3 and out for a count of 4 or 5. Slow, steady breaths in and out through the nose. We're just going to bring the body back to its regular breathing pattern. These will be conscious breaths as well. And arguably that's one of the most important things about our day, is taking conscious breathing. Okay, come sitting at the front of your mat and we will begin our yoga practice. I'm mainly going to do stretches today and not so much flow. So let's take head circles. Breathe in at the front and out at the back. If you have any issues with your neck taking it back, then just do half head circles. So in your own pace, bring the head to the front and breathe in. Take it round and breathe out. Really do these at your own pace though. Okay, let's change direction. Breathe out at the back, in at the front. Any areas where you feel you're getting any crunchiness or lactate build up, then just go over those a little bit more. Just stay there and just rotate the neck on that part. This is your practice, remember. You've shown up for you, and that's amazing. Okay. I'm going to do a bit of a weird Kundalini one now. So with the in-breath, we're going to come forwards. Out-breath back. But we're going to, with the in-breath, come forwards and then raise the shoulders. And then fall back. Forwards, raise the shoulders, fall back. So we're warming up the whole spine, but we're also bringing synovial fluid into those shoulder joints. We're giving some love to the entire upper body and down into the base of the spine. So breathe in, come forward, raise the shoulders, and let go. So we're going to just try and keep that rhythm. And now bring the hands together in a bear grip to elbow height. And we'll just rock the shoulders from either side. So breathe into the left, out to the right. Try and go at a good pace. Really warming up the shoulders. The whole entire shoulder joint will get a good warm up from this. Keep going. Obviously the arms and the elbows as well. This is also going to warm up the fingers. Okay, and then try and tear the hands apart as though you're putting lots of effort into it, and breathe in and release. Amazing. Breathe in, raise the hands high. Breathe out, fold over to the left. Keeping a nice line of energy down the body so we're not falling forward or backwards. Breathe in, fold over to the right. Breathe in, take a twist. Right hand to the left knee. Look over the left shoulder. Breathe in to centre. Breathe out, left hand to right knee. Look over the right shoulder. Breathe in, hands to centre. Now I'd like to come sitting back onto your toes. So your toes are turned under. I'm going to use the weight of the body to stretch out the toes, and then we're going to take the hands into prayer pose behind the back. So we're going to open out the shoulders. We're going to warm up the feet, and we're going to let the head tilt back if your neck is comfortable, and open up the throat, the thyroid gland, the parathyroid gland. Getting this opening across the chest is really going to open out the lungs and open out those the thyroid and the parathyroid, really getting into the metabolism here. Okay, amazing. Okay, come to all fours. Knees underneath the hips, the hands underneath the shoulders, and we'll do some cat-cow. So breathe in, take the head back, arch the back, and then with a cat stretch, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, cat. Breathe in, cow. Breathe out, cat. Really bring the head to the sternum in the cat pose. If you can, take it back. When we do balance pose, take the right hand out the front and the left leg, keeping a nice line of energy down the spine, and just hold this balance. And then take hold of the left leg with the right hand and just arch that back up and take the head up with you in that line. Get a nice twist across the body and a stretch. Come back to balance pose. And then the hand and the leg back to the mat. Let's change sides. So this time we're going to take the right leg out and the left arm out. Come to your balance. Hold it, pulling up through the core. And take hold of the right leg with the left hand. Raise the head, taking that line of energy into a beautiful back bend and a twist. I'm going to get photobombed a lot, I have to warn you. And at some point, the camera gets knocked over. But this is the school holidays. Back to balance pose. And that is my life. Okay, amazing. Come back into a child's pose. Forehead to the mat. Stretch those arms out the front. Sitting back onto the heels. And if you can't sit on the heels, put a cushion underneath your bottom for comfort. And then we'll take the right hand underneath, the left arm underneath the right. And come onto the left shoulder and left cheek. Getting a passive twist and a beautiful compression in those hips. And now take the right hand underneath the left, coming onto the right shoulder and the right cheek. Again, getting that beautiful passive twist and a compression. Okay, come up to all fours again, and we're going to push up into a downward dog. Just stretch out those hamstrings, and let's find movement in our dog. Okay, just bend one leg and then the other. Remember, this is also a heart opening pose, the shoulder opener, so there's no weight in the head and our body pours through. Okay, bring the feet over to the right for a stretch down the left hand side of the body. Back to the centre, take them over to the left for a stretch in the right hand side of the body. Back to centre. Find some stillness, and then we're going to raise the right leg and open out the hip. So bend the knee and really open out the hip. Keep even weight in the hands so the work is in the hip and the twist in the body. Then we're going to come to a pigeon pose. So the right knee, the right hand, left foot towards the left hand, and then fold forwards into your pigeon. If you don't feel comfortable folding forwards, you can either fold onto something, a block or a cushion or a pillow, or you can stay upright in swan pose. Make it you're going to get a really good stretch in that glute and opening in that thigh. So whatever you decide, just make sure you're working to the maximum that you feel you can. We don't want any injuries. If you have any pain in your knee, then maybe stay upright. Okay, come up, breathe in, take the head back. And then swing that left leg round to the other side of the right leg. So it stamps over the right leg, and then raise the right hand high and either hold onto the knee or take the elbow to the other side of the knee. And we'll take a beautiful seated twist, half Lord of the Fishes. Remember to breathe in as you lengthen the spine and breathe out and take more of a twist. You'll find that the more you do this, the more you will release. Okay, counter twist. The other way, over the shoulder. And then I just want you to do some rock and rolls on the spine. So rocking up to sitting and then back onto the shoulders. This really, really is a lovely way of just ironing out any kinks. I couldn't do a jump back here because I would have hit my head on the piano. So I would just step back into a downward dog. Okay, this time we're going to do that on the left. So we're going to take the left leg into and open out the hip. To raise the left leg high, three-legged dog, but open out the hip and bend the knee. Remember, keeping weight, even weight through the hands. So you're getting a twist in the torso and an opening in that hip. Really good stretch down the right side of the body too for the leg. Come into pigeon pose on that side. So left knee to left hand, right foot towards the right fingers. And then if you feel comfortable, fold over the left knee. Again, if you don't feel comfortable, absolutely fine, stay upright. You You can bring that foot right back into the body as well. Just take it at your pace. Pigeon is a really, really good one for people with tight glutes and tight hips. So if you're a footballer or do athletics or do weights, you'll probably find that this is a great pose for you. Okay, swing that right leg round now. Take it over the left. Raise up the left hand and either hold on to the knee or take it to the other side of the right knee and gaze over your right shoulder. Remember, breathing in as you lengthen, out as you take a bit more of a twist. Not forcing anything, but really getting a stretch in those obliques. Okay, counter twist, look over the other shoulder. Amazing. And just do a couple more rock and rolls on that spine, just ironing out the kinks. Beautiful. Last one. And then come to sitting. And we're going to come into cobbler's pose or Uttanasana, butterfly pose. And you can either take hold of the feet and open out the knees, or you could take hold of the ankles and use your elbows to open out the knees, depending on your level of flexibility. My children really have got no shame at all. Okay, take the left leg long, bring the right foot into the left thigh, and we're going to take a side bend and a twist. So look over your right shoulder, twist, and then we're going to raise the right hand high and take it towards the left foot. Now, you don't have to hold on to your left foot because the important thing is to keep your nice line of energy. So we don't want to have a twist in the body here. This is a side bend. So take it to where you feel comfortable, but you're getting that nice stretch in the side of the body. Come back to centre. We'll come into a wide-legged forward fold. So knees and toes facing upwards. So the work is in the legs. We're not twisting anything, any of the joints. And then fold forwards over those legs. Keep breathing, remember. Keep breathing throughout the practice. Always just slowly in and out through the nose. Come back up. We take that side bend the other side. So this time the left leg comes into the right and we look over the left shoulder. Then bring that left arm up and get hold of the right foot if you can. And if you can't, just fold over on the side to get a stretch in the lateral side of the body over that right leg. We don't want to create any twists in the body, so come back to sitting. Now this is where my kids knocked the camera and didn't say anything. It will come back. Okay, we're going to take shoelace pose now. So take the right leg, left leg over the right knee, and we're stacking the knees and fold forward with the hands underneath the knees. I would sack the cameraman, but I'm stuck with him, I'm afraid. Apologies. I was going to re-record it, but then I just thought, actually, this is very much what my life is like. Okay, lovely. We'll take shoelace pose either side. So we're going to stack the right leg knee over the left knee. Bring the hands underneath the left knee. Breathe in and then fold forward. Breathe out. Keep the long leg working so the knee and the foot are flexed back and working. This is half shoelace pose. Okay, come back up to sitting. We're coming to camel pose, so I'll use my head here for a little bit. So you can either bring the hands to the back and lean back. You could bring the hands to the heels and lean back, or the full extension of the pose, if you feel comfortable, is to bring the hands to the heels and let the head fall back. We're trying to keep the pelvis over the knees. To beautifully good, beautiful heart opener, back bend, leg strengthener, glute strengthener. It's it's a beautiful master pose in most branches of yoga. Camel pose. Okay, come back up, and we'll fall into a child's pose here to counteract. Okay, so just breathe in this child's pose. Remember not to hold your breath in any of the postures. Extended arms, just let the head fall into the mat. Really enjoy this compression and lower stretch, a stretch in the lower back. Okay. Come to sitting, and we're just going to take boat pose. Just to do a little bit in the abs. Not going to do stacks today. You can either hold on behind the knees, or if you feel comfortable, bring the arms out, and we're saying sat on the sit bones. So we're using our abs to hold us in this position. And now take the hands to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. So we're getting into the obliques. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, come back to boat pose. And then just come onto your back, and we'll take a bridge pose. We're actually flying through these today, just getting some movement back in the body after the holidays. If you can, hold on to your feet, and then push up into bridge pose, and we'll open the shoulders again. So come link those hands beneath the bottom in Venus lock and push up onto the shoulders. Keep the head straight, okay, and in line with the neck. We don't want to do anything funky with our necks in this position. Pushing up through the thighs and the glutes. Amazing. Okay, we'll take a twist, hands rock the legs over to the left, look over the right shoulder, keeping the right shoulder pinned to the mat. And just keep breathing, breathe into this twist. You can use your left hand to guide the knee over to get a little bit more of a twist. Bring them back to centre. We'll look over the left shoulder and take the legs over to the right. And again, you can use your right hand to just press down the knee a little bit more to get more into that twist. Make sure you just keep that left shoulder glued to the mat. Come back to centre and then squeeze those knees. Hold on to the elbows, bring the head in. And release. Let's release back down to the mat. Come into Shavasana, corpse pose. Open the hands, open the feet. We'll just take some big breaths with a sigh just to release any more energy. So, I want you to take a huge breath in through the nose and let it out with the mouth, through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose, sigh it out. Last one, breathe in. And sigh it out through the mouth. Just releasing any last tension. And it also helps the detoxifying process. Okay, roll up to sitting. Meet me at the front of the mat. Cross-leg pose. I'd like you to bring your hands to heart center. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the divine light within you guide your way on. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Sat Nam. So I hope you enjoyed day one. It was very basic. Tomorrow we will do a lot more movement. I'm going to do 3 rounds of Wim Hof breathing, and then I'm going to talk you through sun salutations A and B. And we'll really focus on those, and we'll work out how to get the downward dog beautifully. So we're getting the best out of it, and it's a brilliant transitional pose and a master pose for the body. So that's tomorrow. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, then please do so. And then if you do the notification button, you'll know when the videos are up. Have a lovely rest of your day.